Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. I'm happy to be having this amazing section with all of us. And for those that are joining us for the first time, um, I want to say welcome and for you to know that you're very well appreciated. Um, I'm going to be talking on a very interesting topic today, and I'm hoping all of us will be engaging in this conversation. If you have any question, you can go to the comment section and ask those questions because I'll be here as your lead mentor to help you navigate your journey to success. So my name is Dr. Gift Chidima Namokorairo, and I'm the founder of the New African Global Economic Summit and the New African Economic Institute. So, all right, let's dig in. I'm going to talk about greatness and what it entails to be a great person. Everyone was born to be great. Everyone, every single person on earth was created with greatness. However, not everyone will be great. Not everyone will be great. So some people are going to reach their full potential or almost get into their full potential, but some may not even tap one third of or one third of the potential God has put into them. So now, how do we break this chain of backwardness or being unsuccessful? The mission of the New African Global Institute is actually to help people create a platform where we can build a ladder for us to climb. Remember, success, for someone to be successful, you need another successful person to hold your hands and show you which way to go. If you choose the longer route, which is trying out different things and making your mistake, learning from your mistake, adjusting and growing, that might take you a longer time to succeed. But a smart person will prefer to be mentored, to be tutored by people that have actually succeeded in their own field and endeavors. If you notice, most of your facilitators are experienced entrepreneurs, people that have actually shown a testimonial of their efforts through an evidence that they are really doing what they are teaching and they are succeeding at it. We don't just pick people that just tutor based on books or based on what they've read. No, we pick people that have actually dipped in, they've been in this situation, they've been in this in the business field, and they have succeeded. So they are coming to share both their experiences, their principles, the formula that had helped them to succeed. So let's talk about greatness. Every man or woman on earth, okay, has something God has put in them. Everyone has that. But what you do with that thing inside of you is what matters. It's not about what you have, it's what you do with it. Some of us are talented, some of us are gifted, some of us can talk, some of us can get into a room and own the room. Some of us are very good at handwork, craft work. Some of us can write. A lot of us have so many good things happening. Some of us have started business already. We are thriving. We are making ends to meet. But then, I guess some of us, the reason why we are in this program is you want to scale up, you want to improve, you want to be better. Then I will add some eyes into that cake. I want you not just to succeed, but to be very, very good at what you do, so that you can compete with your global counterparts. Trust me, it's possible. In case you don't know my story, I'm a young lady, or I'm that girl that grew up from the slum, had nothing, but then discovered myself very early. And in my self-discovery, I realized that I can change my narrative. I can change everything that that concerns me. Okay. And how do I do that? By learning what others don't know. The difference between the richest man and the poorest man, is the rich man knows what the poor man don't know. And that brings us to learning. Whatever God has given you as a gift, whatever you have as potential, whatever you have as talent, is not enough to become successful. No matter how good you think you are, being good is not enough to succeed. In being good, you need to learn more about what you are gifted in. Learn more, because in this world, the world is competitive. So many people have similar goals, similar vision, similar ideas, similar skills. But what makes Mr. A and Mr. B stand out is the ability to fine-tune what you have, the ability to know that extra touch, that extra push, that extra learning. Because if you don't learn very well, you remain a mediocre in that lukewarmness of your gifts. And trust me, when you are not hot or cold, people will not appreciate you. People will not recognize what you have. Now, consistency, everybody keeps saying, I talk about consistency in doing things. Yeah, that's true. But you see, consistency without the right information is as good as failure. Because you can be consistent doing the wrong thing and expect a different result. Trust me, it's a waste of time. Success comes from understanding the 3 keys and following them as you should. When it's time to stand, you stand. When it's time to sit, you sit. When it's time to speak, you speak. When it's time to be quiet, you are quiet. One of the biggest gifts of education is not helping you to become successful. No, it's teaching you discipline. It's teaching you consistency. Most of you that have been in the forward of school, that training you've acquired by waking up by 7 a.m. to get ready for your morning lectures, by understanding that you have tests, you have to prepare for it, by understanding there's a time for everything. It has modeled you and patterned you to understand discipline. To understand, you just don't wake up and do whatever you want to do. You have to follow some kind of guide. I always say this: no human being is free. No human being is free. At some point, we are controlled by something. When we are children, we are controlled by parents or guardians. When we grow up, we are controlled by the system that runs wherever we are. And this is very important to understand, that because we are a superior animal, we need those rules to keep us in check. So bring it back home to success. Every successful man is a disciplined person. Very disciplined. Very, very disciplined. They don't just wake up to do whatever they want to do. So there are characters and lifestyle you need to start changing if you want to see yourself great. Now, for today's talk, I'm going to be speaking randomly, but I'm going to be driving the point of greatness. Greatness. Maybe I will want to share a little of my consistent story with you, because I'm sure someone out there might connect with it, right? I started my journey as an entrepreneur at the age of 22, long time ago. I'm talking about almost 30 something years ago, or thereabout, or 20 something years ago. And first, I started with telephone business. I'm talking about 2021 or 22, sorry. And, carrying me from that time to this time, of course, there's a long journey coming. Some of you were not even born at that time, but it's been a long journey. And then, you see, I understood something very clear, that success is not an easy or quick fix. Success is a process. Success does not come as a miracle. Anybody that tells you that you do this and become rich, the person is either lying to you or giving you a deja vu. Trust me, every successful man has a big story, some of them are even depressing stories, some of them a very sad story. Okay, but one thing that has stood out is they never quit. They never quit. There were principles they obeyed. And like the first principle I just mentioned is learning your skill, understand what you have. There's a question God asked Moses, what is in your hands? So that thing in your hand is your starting point. It can be the gift of talking to people and getting people convinced, or making people laugh. That is a good gift. Or you can sing, or you can sell, or you can draw. That's a good gift. Those are skills. There are also skills of learning, like craft work. So, like I said, learning those things are not enough. You have to be extremely good at what you do so that you can own your space, right? So that's number one. So I personally started learning my skill, fine-tuning it, finding out who are doing similar things with me, or similar business or line of career with me. What are their reasons, or what are their secret to success? Because if you must sit on the table, you must understand how the table works. Trust me, if you don't understand how the table works, you'll be on the table like a novice. You end up sitting on a right table and earning nothing. You need to understand. So understand how that field works. Understand what makes those that have been there either failed or succeeded in the time past. These are things you need to understudy. Don't just wake up and say you want to start a business or you want to become successful without understanding the secret behind every successful man, because that will guide you. That will actually position you right. So I just mentioned learning your skill and being perfect in what you do. I've also mentioned consistency, very key. And I've also told you that success is not a quick fix. Nobody succeeds overnight. It's a process, and it sometimes takes time. And taking time means that at every point in time in this process, there's going to be failures. My dear, I can't tell you how many times I've failed. I've faced so many times. But you see, the big deal is it's not about failing. It's about your ability to understand why you failed, stand again, try again, and never repeat that same mistakes. Trust me. And of course, reading and studying about people in same line of business will also guide you not to make so many big mistakes that would have, lengthened your process to time, right? So it's important to understand what you have in your hand. Now, another thing very key in the line of success is, and that's one of the challenges we have, mostly our young people, the Gen Zs, even some of the millennials. We are too captured, we are too engrossed with the word, my passion. The passion is good. Passion is a good thing. But trust me, passion is not what makes you successful. It's just like when you are trying to cook a pot of soup and you're adding salt. Salt is one good ingredient that if you don't put it in your cooking, the food will not come out good, right? But that's not the ingredient. Passion is a spice, not the main ingredient to success. Trust me, passion don't pay bills. Passion does not convert to a tangible thing. So when you are passionate, it's a good thing. So find out what you're passionate about, then understand that you need to learn business skills. Business skills. Now, whatever you are doing, whatever business you want to scale up in, whatever thing you are doing, probably it might be services, your business might be a service business or a production business, whatever you are doing, just mention whatever. You need to know your markets. you need to know who you're selling to. You need to categorize your markets. Are you selling to the rich, or are you selling to the poor? Are you selling to the middle class? All of that are things that you need to also segment. In the course of your training in the institute, we are going to be dissecting these things so that you can understand them fully. You don't just wake up one morning and see your neighbor doing some kind of business and you just jump at it, or you feel you are passionate about something and people just believe you based on the fact that this is your passion. People will not pay for your passion. People actually pay for what the problem you help them solve. People don't pay you because you are convincing that your passion is what they need. They can only pay you when they need your services, when they feel your services will improve them or increase their finances, right? That's when people pay you. So we should learn real businesses. We should understand that real businesses is solving a problem, solving a very, very crucial problem, and you are ready to be paid for solving this problem, for inferring solution to people. So what are you solving? What problem are you solving? What help are you going to render to people, and people are willing to pay you for it? So passion is what helps you to remain consistent. It's not what pays you. So whatever you are doing, like I already told you that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be ups and downs. And anybody that tells you that business is an easy route, no, it's not. So if you see an entrepreneur that has been there for 5, 10 years, 15 years, trust me, they are doing something you don't even want to know how much pain they've gone through, right? So if you're starting, what you should think of, where do I want to be in the next 5 years? Your goals. What are my goals? What do I want to become? You need to create an image of who you want to become, because those are things that will guide you even in difficult times. Because during those difficult times, some questions that might want to encourage you to remain consistent, to ignite your passion is, why am I doing this? Right? Who have I seen myself becoming in the next 10 years? When you admire your 10 years it encourages you to stay despite how hard the journey is. So yeah, we're going to be having so many fun time, so many mentorship times. We're going to be having people come around to share experiences. Today is our first time, having this conversation. I may not have all the time to tell us everything, but trust me, I'm here, I'm available, and I'm going to be taking based on your assessment and your commitment, I'm going to be taking few of us in personal mentorship program. And one thing I believe is that whatever I taught my hand to do is always going to be transformed for greatness. Now I can assure you that success is easy when you understand the secrets. So there's always a secret to everything, and success is not left out of it. Trust me, that thing in your hand can be converted into a multi-billion company or venture if you understand the secrets. And this secret might just be something you're overlooking. That's why every great man is a good reader. Every great man is a good researcher. When you research and discover some things, put them into practice, then stay at it. But you should be sure everything you are studying should be aligning with your purpose. All right. So I want to wish us all the best. Please join us, follow us on our social media platform, most especially my own platform too, because I'm going to be I have every week droppings or everyday droppings on my social, which will actually guide you to that success. Like I said, I'll be having 10 people on this program that I would love to invest in. I would love to join them, hold their hands step by step to see you succeed, to see you break the chain of poverty in your lineage. Trust me, I've done it before, and who can do it again? But it needs your willingness. It needs your devotion and your hunger for change. When you hunger for change, change will come. All right. Thank you very much. And I hope I can answer your questions if you have any. Maybe I can answer them on the comment section if you have any. All right. Have a wonderful day. Signing out. Thank you.